We're live right now. We're actually going live a little later than I usually like to do these live lessons. We had some repairmen that were working on the internet and working on some other things, so we're going live right now. But I would like to see, first off, listen to the piano. Let me know if you can hear that. Now, if you can hear that, leave a comment below. I'm also going to check on my phone, see how things look right here. Leave a comment below. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Check on my phone, see how things look right here. Let me mute that down a little. We're going to take that down there. Okay, I can hear the piano. Good. Perfect. All right. Leave a comment below. Let me know where you live. I love finding out where everyone, well, not only where they live, but if they are watching these because they are a piano student or a piano teacher. So leave a comment below. We're starting a little later today. We had two different repairmen here. One was painting a ceiling, and then we had another repairman who was working on the internet. And so we were not able to use the internet to go live. But we're live right now. Leave a comment and let me know what you would like to learn. Like this video. I'd love to have you give it a thumbs up, share it with family and friends. Right now, I'm actually going to go into my YouTube channel just for a second. Make sure we don't have a loud sound right there. Okay, today's piano lesson was actually requested from one of our YouTube subscribers. And leave a comment and let me know what you would like to learn. So one of our YouTube subscribers, Gadget Guru LV, I believe, had asked if I would teach a lesson on transposing. How to do transpositions, and I'm going to talk about modulating as well, but I'm going to talk about how you can take a major key and put it into a minor key, and how you can play around with that. So in today's lesson, we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to show some Christmas songs as an example so I can show you how to do this. But we're going to talk about taking something that's in a major key and making it minor from one key to another key, just moving up in half steps, or following the circle of fourths, the cycle of fourths, or the circle of fifths. We'll go over both of those. So let me change and go to the overhead view. Okay, can you see that? So what we're going to do, we're going to first talk about how you can take, and I'm going to reference my book, Essential Piano Exercises. Every piano player should know. And this is a really thick beast of a book. And I did it so piano students would see all of the scales and chords written out in every single key signature. And I put the fingering for every key signature as well. What I would like to talk about is, first off, this page right here. So this is a chart where we talk about the circle of fifths. If I can hold this up to you see the circle of fifths. And then we talk about all the different key signatures, where we have the major and the minor. C major, the relative minor is A minor. So we go through and we talk about all the different keys. We talk about the sharps and the flats. What I'd like to talk about is how we can actually modulate or transpose from one key to another. First we're going to talk about, and I'm going to put this, well, let me put this off to the side for a second. First I'm going to talk about C major as an example. So the C major scale is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That is the C major scale. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go up and down playing the C major scale, but we are also going to play the C minor scale. Now, the C minor scale is C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. That, technically, is as if we were in the key of E flat major, because we have the B flat, we have the E flat, and we have the A flat. So we have those three flats going up and down. Now, what we're going to do is to take a simple piece. If I did Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, okay, see that right there? So that's a simple little example. Now, what we're going to do is play Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. We're going to pretend like we're in the key of C minor. Now, the C minor scale, of course, we said we have three flats, B flat, E flat, and A flat. All I did, I took my third, my sixth, and my seventh, and I went down half a step. That's all I did. So I'm playing all of the same white keys in this instance, but I'm taking my third, my sixth, and my seventh down half a step. That is all I am doing as we go up, as we go down. Well, I can then play Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star as an example. But every time I see the E, the A, or the B, I'm going to play the flats. So now watch. Now I could keep that B flat there, or I could play a B natural if I'm thinking of the harmonic minor scale. See that? Now, I went from the major to the minor. In this case, I went from C major to C minor. All I did, I play the notes exactly as written, but instead of playing the E, the A, and the B, the 3, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm playing 3, 6, and 7, and I'm playing those as the flats instead. You can take any song that is in a major key. If you take the 3, 6, and 7 and flat it, you can make it sound minor. I'll show you another example. For fun, I'll go into my book 100 Left-Hand Patterns, and I'm going to go into the fake book section, and we'll go to the Christmas section just for fun. Let's look at Up on the Housetop. Okay? Up on the Housetop is right here in the fake book format. Now, this is on page 61. So, Up on the Housetop, when we are playing this, we have this. I'm only going to play that far. Now, we don't want to think this way, but what if one of the reindeer, or even Santa, what if they fell off the roof? Instead of having C major, we could have a sad, maybe it's no longer up on the housetop, maybe it's down on the basketball court or down on the ground around. So every time I see the E, the A, and the B, I'm going to play the flats. So now, instead of playing this, G, G, A, G, E, D, C, E, G, now I'm going to play G, G, A flat, G, E flat, D, C, E flat, G, A flat, G, E flat, D, G, G. we're putting this in the key of C minor instead of C major. So listen to the difference. C major, now every time I see the E, C major, I'm going to play C minor because there is an E. Every time I see the E, the A, or the B, I'm going to play the flats. Now all we did, we played E, A, and B as flats, but we played everything the same See how we can start to embellish it? Now I'm doing octave intervals with my right hand and my left hand. The right hand is playing the octave chord, either major or minor octave chord. The left hand is just playing an octave interval. Now, we took a major piece and we just put it into a minor key. See, you can change and go from a major to a minor either by flatting the 3rd, 6th, and 7th, as we just did, or if you want to keep it within the key signature. See, technically, C minor is the relative minor of E flat major. So technically, we're adding these 3 flats, but we're playing everything as written. If you want to actually take and go from the key of C, if you took every single note down a 3rd, just on the white keys, that is how we can play it in A minor, which is the relative minor. Now, the trick with that is, in your mind, you have to take every single note down a 3rd from where it is. So there's a lot of mental work going on. Whereas if we just flat the 3rd, 6th, and 7th, which is why I always recommend starting with that, it's easier because you're reading the notes as they are written. In your mind, you're thinking every time I see an E, an A, or a B, I'm just going to play the flats when I'm in the key of C major. If I were in the key of G major, where I have 1 sharp and F sharp, my 3rd would be the B. See that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 would be the F sharp. So if I take my 3rd, my 6th, and my 7th, and I go down half a step with all of those, then I would have B flat, E flat, and F, natural. So then I would go from G to G, and I would be playing as if I were in the key of B flat major. because B flat major has two flats, B flat and E flat. Well, the relative minor for B flat major is G minor. Now, I'm transposing into a different key, minor key altogether, so I wouldn't recommend trying that because I'm taking it from C and going to the key of G minor, which we could do, but it's just a lot more work to start doing something like that. And we can practice doing that, but in your mind you're thinking I'm going up either a whole step, or I'm going up a third or a fourth or a fifth, and I take every single note up a fifth or down a fifth if I'm going down. So that's a lot to think about, and I don't want to complicate things too much where that is concerned. Let me show you another fun example of transposing. So in here we have 100 left-hand patterns. I'm going to go to Joy to the World on page 62. This is in fake book format, in the key of C. We're just doing this. When we transpose and we go from one key to the next, if you know your scales, and I would recommend if you don't know your scales, learn all of your scales. In my book, Essential Piano Exercises Every Piano Player Should Know, we go over intervals, scales, and chords in all keys and in all inversions, and everything is written out. Because I wanted to write it in every key, but also give you the fingering for every key, so you can see how everything is written out. In the Essential Piano Exercise course, I'm still filming all of the video lessons for this book, but I have most of them filmed where I actually go through and film myself teaching how to play everything from that book, so everyone within the course can watch me as I play it and watch the overhead view as I explain how to play all the scales, chords, intervals in every key. What we're going to do is take Joy to the World and we're going to transpose this. Now, if I'm following, and this is a nice simple song to do this with because Joy to the World going backwards is a C major scale descending. See, this is my C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's my C major scale. Well, I'm going up and I'm going down. If I descend and go backwards, I'm playing Joy to the World. Now, if I know all of my scales, I could go to the key of G major. I could go to the key of D major. I could go to the key of A major. What I'm going to do whenever I'm teaching about scales, chords, intervals, I always recommend, if you're doing major scales, follow the circle of fifths around. Now, the circle of fifths is what I showed you earlier in my book, Essential Piano Exercises. Think of it like a clock. We start at the top where we have C major and A minor, the relative minor. We don't have any black keys, we just have white keys. Well, if we go up a fifth from C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're in the key of G major. In the key of G major, we now have one sharp. It's an F sharp. If we go up a fifth from G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now we're in the key of D major, and we have two sharps. We have F sharp and C sharp. If we go up a fifth from D, now we're in the key of A major, where we have three sharps. You see the pattern. If we go up a fifth from A, 2, 3, 4, 5, now we're in the key of E major, where we have 4 sharps. If we go up a fifth from E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now we're in the key of B major, where we have 5 sharps. If we go up a fifth from B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now we're in the key of F sharp major. In the key of F sharp major, we have 6 sharps. If you go up a fifth from F sharp, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now we're in the key of C sharp major, where we have 7 sharps. Everything is sharped. We're moving up and we're moving down, playing all sharps. Well, when you are learning how to play scales, you should follow the circle of fifths if you're doing major and minor scales. If you are doing jazz or blues scales, you should follow the circle or cycle of fourths going backwards, because then I'm doing C to F to B flat to E flat to A flat to D flat, and I'm following all of the flats. And the reason why that is so perfect, because in jazz music, the 2-5-1 chord progression actually follows the cycle of fourths going backwards. 2-5-1, 2-5-1, 2-5-1, 2-5-1, 2-5-1, 2-5-1. So when you're doing a blues scale or a major blues scale, you can actually follow and practice playing according to the cycle of fourths. It's easier to play it that way. If you're playing chords, I recommend just moving up in half steps when you're playing chords. Here I have a C sixth. If I take every finger up half a step, I have C sharp 6. Take every finger up half a step, I have D6, E flat 6, E6, F6, F sharp 6, G6, A flat 6, A6, B flat 6, B6. And I'm just moving up in half steps. Well, you can, when you transpose, you can take a song and go up half a step, or you can follow the circle of fifths when you're first starting out. Eventually, you can go in any direction you want, but if I did Joy to the World, what I'm going to do is just go up half a step with every single note. Now, it's as if I'm in the key of C sharp major. See how I'm just moving up? See, I'm just going up chromatically in half steps. It's a simple way to practice. Hold on for a second. I think, oh, someone had made a comment. Let me just double check. Someone had made a comment about, oh, is that a symbol? Zach? I can't tell what that is. So we're just moving up in half steps, and we're just going chromatically through every key. Now, as you're playing this, the first part is easy to do, and you can do that in every key because we're just doing a descending scale. But then as you're watching, a nice simple way to practice this, I would have you go up half a step or go down half a step when you are first starting out. Because when you are playing something, let's say we're in the key of C major, well, when I go up half a step, everything is sharped. So I can read the music as it is in the key of C. If I'm in the key of C, I can go up half a step, and now I'm going to play the notes exactly as they are written, and I'm looking at the music, but in my mind I'm thinking everything is a sharp. Everything is a sharp. Or if I go backwards, I can actually go down backwards. Now I'm in the key of You can think of it like B major or C flat major. Now everything is a flat, so I can still read the notes as they are written, but now I'm going to play the flats. So everything in my mind, I'm playing the flat. See, and if you look at it, I'm just thinking, instead of thinking C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, I'm thinking C flat, B flat, A flat, G flat, F flat, which is an E natural, E flat, D flat, B flat, G flat, A flat, B flat, B flat, C flat. See, I'm reading the notes as they are written, but in my mind, I'm just thinking everything has a flat if I'm going down half a step, or if I go up half a step, everything has a sharp. See how we are in the key of C sharp major? Same thing if I go down. See? And I'm just going down with every single note is all I'm doing. Same thing with the chords. If it says to play a C major chord, we're going to play a C flat. If it says to play an F major chord, we're going to play F flat, which technically is an E major. If it says to play a G major chord, we're going to play G flat. So in my mind, I'm going up half a step, or I'm going down half a step. Because B flat, here's my B flat, there's my B. So B equals C flat. Wait, B flat equals C flat? Did I say that? No. Sorry. B flat does not equal C flat. This is B flat. B equals C flat. B major, unharmonically, is the same thing as C flat major. If I said B flat, sorry, I apologize. That's not correct. So B major is the same thing as C flat major. Unharmonically, if I have C, C sharp, well, the key of C sharp major is the same thing as the key of D flat major. Unharmonically, they sound the same and you're playing using the same keys. But if we look at the sheet music, it's going to be notated differently. Because here we have C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B sharp, C sharp, as opposed to D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C, D flat. But we're playing the same thing. Same thing when we get to F sharp. Well, F sharp major is F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp. We just have the B natural. But unharmonically, it's the same thing as G flat major because we are using the same notes. G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat, D flat, E flat, F, G flat. As we're going up and down. So, I apologize. Let's see, you are a great teacher. Oh, thank you, Julie, I appreciate that. I was just saying Joy to the World sounded better in B flat versus C flat to me. I agree with you on that one. It sounds much better. Anytime you're in different keys have different sounds. So different keys have different sound. I did an arrangement of Joy to the World I called Bringing Joy to the World. And I started in D, and then I went up half a step to the key of E flat major, but I made it sound kind of a rock pop techno-ish, you know. And it goes on and has different chords and different instruments. Let me go back to the front view right here. Okay. Does that make sense with how you can modulate and transpose? And we just showed you some examples of doing major to minor, and then doing examples where we actually went from one key signature to another key signature. And it's a great way to practice transposing, where you can take any song. Remember, if we take the third, the sixth, and the seventh intervals from any major scale, and you go down half a step, you then create the minor. And so it's, in this case, if you were doing C major, and you flat the third, the sixth, and the seventh, E, A, B now becomes E flat, A flat, B flat, then you're playing C minor, the C minor scale, which is the relative minor to E flat major. But you can instantly take any song from a major key and play it in a minor key. So take any song and transpose. Go up half a step. Now you're playing, if you're in the key of C, you're playing all sharps. If you go down half a step, then you're playing all flats. But you're reading the music as it is written. And that is the key, because then it helps us quickly be able to transpose. We can go up half a step, we can go down half a step. Let me show you, just for fun. I'm actually going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you my arrangement of Bringing Joy to the World. I'd love to have you watch it. Let me come over here. I will pause this for a second. Okay. Let me show you. And I think I've shared this before. I'll share my screen so you can see what I'm doing with this. But let me show you. I'm going to go to Joy to the World. And I'd love to have you watch this. This is a music video I put together. Okay. This is how I hear Joy to the World in my mind. You can listen to this on Spotify, Pandora, the different places. But in my mind, this is how I'm hearing Joy to the World. And we have the drums and the guitars and the piano. And with this, we're in the key of D. So we're in the key of D major, and then we transpose, and we just go up half a step from the key of D to the key of E flat major. So in a second you'll see and you'll hear that transposition where we're transposing from one key to the next. Okay, so get ready for it. This is where we change keys. Listen, we're kind of building up. I just went up half a step. I brought in the electric guitars, but I just went from the key of D, moving up half a step to the key of E flat major. And then we bring in some more electric guitars here. So you can hear what I'm doing with the piano. I have a lot of interesting things I'm doing with the piano, and I bring in the strings and I bring in the drums and the guitars. And I wanted it to be more of a pop rock, sometimes techno pop-ish sounding. But you can hear what I did with transposing it from one key to the next. And I think it has one more verse. I'll stop it so we're not. We bring in the sleigh bells to give it a big Christmas sound, I guess. And then we go back into the electric guitar sliding up and down. So, let me pause that. That kind of gives you an idea of what I'm talking about. Now, I'm going to come back over here. I will stop sharing, stop that screen. But you can see that is what we are doing when we are transposing. We're going from one to the next. And so it's that process where I just took D major, and then we went up half step, we just went from one key to the next, moving up in half steps. It's something fun you can try, and I would encourage you to try to take a simple piece and transpose this week. You could take any of these Christmas pieces from the fun fake book section of 100 left-hand patterns, and you could look at the circle of fifths from Essential Piano Exercises, and you can try to just take it up in half steps. Play around with it, see what you can come up with. We're going to continue doing these free live YouTube video lessons for a few more weeks, and then we're actually going to switch over and do a paid membership through YouTube that only members will be able to access these videos that we're coming out with. And we'll have different packages. I think one will be for $3.99 per month, where you'll have access to 2 or 4 or something. And then we'll have another one that will be, I think, $24.99 or something, and then you'll have access to a lot of these videos that we'll be filming and coming out with. So I'd like to finish by reading from my poetry book. This is Poetry That Motivates. I always like to end with a motivational, inspirational poem that I have written from my books. So let me read this. This is titled Take Heart. It says, "Take heart when things don't go your way." And I think that happens to many of us. It happens to me frequently. But it says this: take heart. Take heart when your faith fails you, and the world you knew crumbles down upon you. Be at peace when your friends forget you and your own family actually derails you. Sometimes fools can frolic where the strong and wise won't go. Often these become our leaders and teachers. They help us learn from our mistakes and grow. So please take heart when things don't go your way. Focus on what you can do and do your best today. So that is a simple little poem from my book, Poetry That Motivates. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what you would like to learn from these daily piano lessons that I'm teaching. Every day for the next few weeks, I'm coming out with a new piano lesson, and it's Monday through Friday, and we're generally 10 o'clock is when we go live. Today was a little later because of the technicians that I had working on my internet. But 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, USA, is when we go live. I'd love to have you watch those. Let me know if you have any questions, and let me know what you would like to learn, and that'll be great. So check out my Essential Piano Exercise course. It's essentialpianoexercises.com. I'd love to have you learn more about that. But like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'd love to have you share it with family and friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is youtube.com/Jerald Simon, JeraldSimon, so you can be notified of all of these daily piano lessons that I'm doing. But thank you guys for watching. Let's see. Oh, Julie, do you have piano lessons on rhythm? Yes, and I can do a piano lesson tomorrow on rhythm as well if you'd like. We go through and talk about breaking it down from whole note, half note, quarter note, eighth note, 16th note, and then tomorrow I'll teach that, and we can go over and talk about rhythms, incorporating rhythms when we're playing. But I love rhythm. I like to play the drums. So I have a drum set here, conga drums, bongo drums. So I love rhythm, and we can definitely talk about the percussion side of it. Thank you for the lesson. You are welcome. Zach, I'd also like that. Okay, we'll talk about rhythm tomorrow. That will be our lesson for Thursday morning at 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So we'll plan on that for tomorrow. But thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have any questions about anything, and leave a comment below and let me know what you'd like to learn. Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.